will get the chick wing before he can do the headbutt.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us for When Wrestling Was Wrestling, Episode 4. This one's going to highlight the extremely dangerous tag team of Dennis Condrey and Randy Rose, the future Midnight Express Incorporated. We really appreciate your kind comments about these weekend shows and owe it all to the TennesseeStudStreaming.com channel for allowing us to use the videos for their tremendous Southeastern, Continental, and USA TV library. This is the hottest streaming channel in the country. You can find hundreds of hours of old school TV shows, new studcasts with video, and so much more. $4.99 a month, or save 15% and buy the year for $49.99. It's the best deal in wrestling. TennesseeStudStreaming.com. Let's get right to the first video of the episode. The Condrey and Rose tag team had no mercy on their opponents. They seemed to enjoy hurting them. This video is a great example of that. It's a match of theirs against Bob and Brad Armstrong, who had beaten them for the Southeastern tag titles just the week before. They were on the Southeastern set and obviously enjoying watching themselves leave both the Armstrongs late.
Highlights of that match, and if we could, Wayne upstairs, roll the match in which Rose and Condrey regained their Southeastern tag titles.
And of course, gentlemen, at this particular point in the match, you are in control, as we can see here, blocking on Brad Armstrong as Dennis picks up the tag. Dennis?
We're always in control, Les Thatcher. Look at here. One bear hug on one little punk-nosed kid here.
You're looking at the finest two that ever stepped in the ring in Dothan, Alabama. All you hillbillies over there know it. All you hillbillies watching know it. Hillbillies, rednecks, you all know that this is the finest two and the best, because we got what it takes, and we got this, and we're going to hang on to it.
A lot of people are asking us why we're wearing these big smiles, Les Thatcher. We're wearing these big smiles because we're wearing these Southeastern belts around our waist. That's why we're smiling so much.
$1 million talent with $1 million smile, right, cuz?
That's right, baby. You got that right. Truer words have never been spoken.
Look at this. I was just doing a little workout with a kid there, pumping him, picking him up and down because I didn't get to the gym yesterday.
Yeah.
We got a kind of block over here like the 49ers,
Of course, there are a couple of spots in this tape we want to call the fans' attention as we get down towards the end of the match. We're some 2 minutes away from that. Right now, as you see Brad Armstrong battling back, trying to break loose, make the tag. You can see Bob making the reach from the corner, trying to close that distance down. And here, Randy moving in, blocking Brad Armstrong, and Dennis taking back over.
You will not see a finer team than this right here.
Now let's watch it here as Brad finally makes the tag, and Bob Armstrong comes in to go to work. First on Randy Rose, and then on Dennis Condrey.
Yeah, look what he's doing. Karate. This is not wrestling. This is karate. Look at that judo chop to the throat. We should have been the champions right there. Look at here. The man's gone crazy.
We ain't through no
We can't help it because his son can't
We
wrestle.
ain't through no fist. I want you to look in the background there, Les Thatcher. Look in the background. We had a sellout crowd in Northern Alabama came to see the two cousins.
Now watch here. Dennis, you're going into
I'm
your knee pad
adjusting my
for something.
knee pad. It slipped down, and all I did was adjust it.
Rose throws Brad Armstrong
wait a minute.
and Bob
I was
Armstrong
throwing him
apparently
into
at
the
this
rope.
point
We
is
went through over the top. I don't know where you get all that from.
I want you to watch here. Brad coming up is going to see what's happening. Randy Rose going to that top rope. Dennis Condrey setting Bob Armstrong up.
To break the
And Brad does the only thing that's left to do, and that's sacrifice himself to save those knees, that knee from coming down onto the ribs of his father.
And you see
Valiant
the
effort, no
1,
doubt.
the 2, and the 3, and you got your champion standing right here.
Look at he's knocked slap dab out with one right hand from
Still
Dennis
again,
Condrey. He's up.
The lights are out. Turn off the light. They're gone.
Well, then, I feel that you've been going to that knee pad quite frequently lately, Dennis.
Let me say this, Les Fetchum. I got a knee pad here that's not too tight on my knee. Every once in a while, I have to pull it up because it slides down my leg. Now, I like to keep this up here because this is what this is for. This is a knee pad, and I don't like for it to slide down.
Got to protect them knees, boy. Like
These are $1 million knees right here, baby.
With $1 million smiles, and we got the best.
Well, Charlie,
That was a perfect example of their brutality. Bob was knocked unconscious by Dennis Condrey with something hidden in the knee pad. Then Brad got his ribs cracked as he was protecting his father. It was just the beginning of our journey into the minds of madmen. The next video came from a match these two were not supposed to be involved in. It was for the United States Junior Heavyweight Championships. It featured Brad Armstrong against World Junior Heavyweight Champion Jerry Stubbs, who had just beaten Les Thornton
This event,
for the
U.S.
title.
Junior title match, one fall, 15 minutes time. Introducing at 208 pounds from Marietta, Georgia, the United States Junior Heavyweight Champion Brad Armstrong. His opponent, 225 from Atlanta, Georgia, Jerry Stubbs.
Jerry Stubbs, the challenger. Brad Armstrong, the champion. His championship month here on Southeastern Wrestling. We've got action. Collar and elbow. Headlock, takedown by Stubbs. And, of course, we mentioned last week, Charlie, a title match on television means a shorter time limit. So the challenger must carry the battle to the champion. He must open up early. Stubbs in control offensively now. We might mention to the fans a little sidelight here. The fact that Jerry Stubbs was one of the people instrumental in the training of Brad Armstrong for the professional ranks. So to some degree it is the teacher and the student in the ring right now. And of course in this instance, the student is the champion and the teacher the challenger. As you mentioned earlier, Jerry Stubbs holding the U.S. Junior title longer than any other man in the history of that particular belt. And Brad Armstrong, the youngest wrestler to ever hold that same title.
The professional career of Brad Armstrong, less than 1 year old.
That's right. Of course, you know, there's always heartbreak in a career also. Down the road now. And the sudden success. Brad has handled it well, and hopefully on those down periods that this young man will be as competitive, as strong of will, and concerned with what's going on in that ring as he is right now when he is at the top of the heap in the United States Junior Heavyweight Division.
Stubbs calmly taking the offense in this match, and as you mentioned earlier, it's going to take the challenger taking it to the champion because of the time limit on television.
Stubbs has been in control. He moved right in. He took the headlock, had the takedown, and holding Brad on the canvas. Certainly Jerry Stubbs, as he mentioned on our interview earlier today, is the veteran of the team crew in there, Armstrong and Stubbs. So certainly you've got to give him the edge there. Tackle, a nice one by Jerry. Brad will do that hip. Beautiful. Good reversal. Armstrong takedown. Hangs on. Traps that arm. Stubbs using a handful of hair. Takes his man over into the reverse chancery now.
This probably lists two of the more colorful personalities in pro wrestling today. You have Brad, of course, and we've mentioned it 100 times, a young man, 18 years of age, the youngest U.S. junior champion ever. Jerry Stubbs held the title longer than anyone else. Also, former NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion. And apart from his arrogant personality, you have got to hand it to Stubbs. He's an outstanding competitor.
Stubbs has got the credentials, no doubt about that. Right now, Jerry opening up. I was feeling a strategy earlier. He had 19-pound weight advantage and his experience, taking Brad down with the headlock and the chancer, going to that front face block now. He seems to be using his weight, hoping to wear Brad down early. Apparently planning on opening up, cutting Brad's endurance down now, taking the speed away from him. And, of course, Jerry can move well in that ring himself. And with that 19-pound weight advantage or so, that I think he's going about it the right way. Brad battling back, opens up a nice double shot to the midsection, and Stubbs is slowed down temporarily, Charlie.
Stubbs backs away. What a career for Brad Armstrong, and what training he has had in pro wrestling. Takes his man over into the turnbuckle.
The main thing, I think, with Brad, Charlie, he's taken the practical experience in the gym and put it to work in on-the-job training, which many times
You can teach a good athlete in the gym, but under fire, he cannot apply what he's learned. Brad has been able to do that. He's worked very successfully. Stubbs out. Brad trying for the pin. Moves in now. Going for that small package. May have his challenger here. And Stubbs able to power out. Stubbs still very much in this one. Brad now on the offense, and he has just taken control in that particular category. Moments ago, a nice elbow sends Stubbs to the canvas. 2 count again on challenger Jerry Stubbs. Brad moving in with that headlock, and Stubbs down. Trying to stay in the middle and not pull for any opponent as we're supposed to do. I feel that Brad should be very cautious because putting that title on the line on television is one thing, but putting it on the line against a man who held it as long as Jerry Stubbs, Brad cannot be too cautious at this stage. Exactly, Charlie. Well, you know, I was just going to say, I sit here as a former wrestler second-guessing. I don't really know what's in Brad's mind or in Jerry's, but Brad had him on the go. Now, Brad has settled in. I wouldn't have done that, but, of course, he's wrestling a different strategy than I would have done. But, again, we must point out that Stubbs is a veteran of the two. Brad Armstrong has certainly set the wrestling world on its ear in a very short period of time. Just some 7 months as a professional now has held 2 major titles, and this one being the most prestigious thus far, the United States Junior Heavyweight belt. Going for that second tackle, Stubbs anticipates and stops him cold. Doubles him up with that shot to the midsection. So there with the experience of Jerry Stubbs is coming to play. Nice move by Brad, but Stubbs tucking under that rope. And Brad caught himself on that top. Dennis Condrey and Randy Rose with a board wanting Jerry Stubbs to plow away at Brad Armstrong here, Charlie. And it's Stubbs. Stubbs undecided. He can't make up his mind. He's not going to go for it. He's not going to go for it. Jerry Stubbs telling Condrey and Rose to get lost. Wait a minute here. Condrey and Rose move in, and they stop Jerry Stubbs. Brought that board down across Stubbs' forehead. And Brad Armstrong helping Stubbs out. Condrey and Rose turned that board, and here comes Bob Armstrong. Condrey with the board now. Used it on Bob last week. Saito moves into that ring. And Charlie with that mass confusion. This title match certainly has to be considered over at this point. Ron Flinker moves in. Flinker chopping away at Saito. Austin, Orndorff, and others. Stubbs. Let's go down and back this one up and recap briefly as we keep our cameras on the ring. Jerry Stubbs was handed a board by Dennis Condrey and Randy Rose. Stubbs undecided, and I think...
Nothing like this had ever been seen before. A wooden board being used on someone. Jerry Stubbs was not surprised to see them at the ring with the board, but he had the decency to give it back and not use it. To show Condrey and Rose's state of mind, they didn't hesitate to use it. Not on Armstrong, but on their supposed friend Jerry Stubbs. The next video was another championship match on television the week after the wooden board incident. This one was for Condrey and Rose's Southeastern tag team belts against Paul Orndorff and Norvell Austin. This may have been the worst one yet.
You know I usually wear a red rose since this is Valentine's Day. I got a special rose for you today, boy. You don't know what it means. You better ask your friends before you take this match.
Let's go to the ring for the introduction.
Your attention, please. This is a Southeastern Tag Team Championship match. 1 fall, 15-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my left, the challengers. At a combined weight of 460 pounds, Paul Orndorff and Norvell Austin. In the corner to my right, the current Southeastern Tag Team champions. At a combined weight of 472 pounds, Randy Rose and Dennis Condrey. Rose and Condrey.
How about the crowd favorites in this match? Norvell Austin and former North American heavyweight champion Paul Orndorff. Championship month continues with the Southeastern Tag Team title on the line, Charlie. We might emphasize, as we have in the past 2 weeks, that with a 1 fall, 15-minute time limit,
confronting them, the challengers will have to press, get their advantage early, and take command. It will be Randy Rose out for the champions. Paul Orndorff out for the challengers. Collar and elbow, jockeying now for position. Rose comes up with a headlock. Orndorff right away on the reversal. Over the top for Randy Rose. With a tackle. Still on the move. Orndorff over the top and back once again.
On drag on Condrey as he comes in the ring, and again. Paul Orndorff, he is taking the match to the champions, and that's what he'll have to do to win those Southeastern Tag titles.
Pressing for advantage, as we said, with 15 minutes, staring him in the face. It's not a long, long time to be the champion. The champion can lay back, make you open up, make you come to him, and that's exactly what Paul and Norvell are going to have to do.
Collar and elbow. It's the hammerlock grabbed by Randy Rose. Orndorff, a lot of power in those arms, maneuvering his way around.
Look at that reversal now, Charlie, and over the top.
Tag is made with the junkyard dog. Norvell Austin, Austin in, applying that pressure to the left arm.
And in this situation, tags are important. It's important to keep the fresh man in. With 15 minutes, you can't afford to move your weak man in and have him worked over. Norvell with a headbutt. And again, the challengers are pressing. They took it from the opening bell. Charlie, they have moved right on in there in command. Byron Carey, nice one by Condrey. Reversal, Austin right out and on his feet, ready to roll.
Back into grip. Over on the ropes, but it's Condrey with the takedown.
Nice single leg by Dennis. Norvell with a reversal out of the headlock to the hammerlock, dropping that knee in at the joint. There's the tag, and again, the challengers realize they've got to keep the fresh man in. They've got to keep pressing, and they have done exactly that.
Find your point, wear it down. That's what Orndorff and Austin are doing with the left arm of Dennis Condrey, one half the tag champion, title match, championship month here on Southeastern Wrestling. Good move by Condrey. You got to hand it to these Southeastern Tag champions. They are a dynamic combination.
I've said it all along, Charlie. Rose and Condrey peck away at you. They'll chip away at your armor until they make the whole thing to battle through and win it.
Down for the pin. 2 count on Paul Orndorff. He powers out. Look at Orndorff. Tag is made with Austin.
The champions now opening up. They were laying back. Austin and Orndorff took the offense. Condrey neutralized Paul with that beautiful clothesline, and now Condrey and Rose trying to pull back, gain their momentum, and slow down and neutralize Austin and Orndorff.
Right thrown right into the throat of Norvell Austin at again. Champions opening up on the challengers. Condrey in now for his team. Snapmare takedown. Drops that knee. And for the pin.
And of course, we might mention as we watch the Southeastern title match, tag team title match in Championship Month, that next week the title remaining will be the Southeastern Singles Championship to be defended here on television.
Condrey catches his man coming off of the rope.
Goes off that second rope onto the dog. But the junkyard dog bails out. Pain stuff. Norvell Austin. Rose in command with that reverse chin lock. And the tag. The champions realize what we're talking about. The fresh man in. Short time limit. And everybody's got to be on their toes.
Power slam by Condrey. 2 count on the junkyard dog, but he powers out.
Condrey taunting Orndorff now. He's back to Austin. Austin doubles his man up with a shot. And again. And there's the tag. Rose will move in fresh. Norvell being blocked. A nice trap by Dennis. Hooked that leg beautifully, Charlie, and maintained position long enough to let Randy come in and take over.
Rose takes his man up high. suplex for the count. 2. And Norvell Austin powers out barely on the 2 count. Austin needs desperately to make that tag with his partner Orndorff, but there we see the teamwork of the tag champions preventing that tag from being made. And Norvell, right now, dazed in a stunned condition, needs to find that corner. And Paul Orndorff yelling, instructions, calling for his partner, tag me. Norvell has lost a bit of his sense of direction now. He's been stunned, and there's a 2 count, but Austin's still in this ballgame. He's still fighting for the tag. Rose takes his man in. Another power slam. This could, no. Austin powers out again. Norvell Austin taking a lot of punishment now, Les. Exactly right, Charlie. He needs to make that tag as he tries to look. And it is Austin reversing the procedure on Condrey. Now Norvell, just a matter of feet to make that tag. No, Condrey. Staring at the eyes. He's tagging the first man. Randy Rose moves in. Let's see. Got it. He got the tag. Orndorff in. Orndorff going to work on Rose. Now on Condrey. Paul Orndorff putting their heads together. Southeastern tag title on the line, on television, for the championship match. Crashing down across the head of Randy Rose. Norvell still in that corner, dazed and stunned, but Orndorff taking care of business all by himself. At this point, Rose battles in there with a shot to Orndorff, slows him down. Condrey moves to Austin. Condrey and Orndorff, the legal man in that ring. Dennis Condrey lines up to go for the knee and catches Randy Rose in the midsection. A big mistake on the part of the champions. Let's see. And yes, Orndorff pulls it out of the fire, and Orndorff and Austin, your new Southeastern Tag Team champions. A costly mistake by Rose, and Condrey put the belt around the waist of Paul and Norvell. What an upset. The Southeastern Tag Team titles are now going to Paul Orndorff and Norvell Austin. Great match there, championship match on Southeastern Wrestling. And there's the situation, a costly mistake. Randy Rose, costly mistake. Wait a minute. Rose and Condrey attacking from behind, drive Orndorff out of the ring. Now they've got Norvell Austin. Randy Rose after a chair. What's going on here? Let's take a look. Setting Norvell up for the pile driver onto the chair, Charlie. That's what they're setting up, and they've got it. The champions, the winners of the match, are Orndorff and Austin, but Condrey and Rose seeking revenge, getting it here. Norvell brought down hard at the chair. He could be seriously injured, and now they're doubling up on Paul Orndorff. Jerry Stubbs hits the ring, Charlie. Stubbs in there, bailing away at Rose. Stubbs pounding away at Randy Rose, and Condrey heads to the floor. Orndorff with that chair going after Randy Rose.
When they lost the match, they proved they had no class at all, attacking the winners as they were being awarded the belts. They got rid of Paul Orndorff, throwing him out of the ring, then brought a steel chair into the mix, and from the top rope pile drove Norvell Austin head first onto the chair. As the ring filled up with wrestlers, it was great to see Jerry Stubbs get his hands on Randy Rose after what they did to Stubbs just the week before, but it wasn't nearly what they deserved. Rose and Condrey were totally ruthless and cowards. Our last video, and after the three you just witnessed, this one will be a pleasure to watch. It's an arm wrestling match between Paul Orndorff and Dennis Condrey. Immediately following a tag match, Paul and Norvell had just beaten their opponents. Naturally, Condrey wanted to take advantage of Paul being tired from the match and quickly got the arm wrestling match started.
Orndorff just completing a match, and he accepted the challenge of Condrey. Condrey picks a fine time to come out with the table right after a match. It would seem that Orndorff would have the disadvantage at this point.
Certainly Orndorff has been worn down from his competition in the match, Charlie, and right now he's locking grips with Dennis Condrey. Paul down, Condrey down. Rose seconding Condrey, and the Junkyard Dog standing behind his partner. And let's see what the Florida State Arm Wrestling Champion and the self-proclaimed Southeastern Arm Wrestling Champion can do. Condrey with a bit of an advantage here, Charlie, but Orndorff blasting back, and watch the concentration. Watch the concentration, Orndorff. Orndorff coming down. Wait a minute. And Condrey went for a handful of hair. Orndorff beat him to the punch. And look at here, Rose trying to get a chair. And he hits that rope, it backfires and catches him on top of the head. And outplayed plans of mice and men, and there you have it.
Look what they just did, just backfired on him.
Indeed, it does seem that Rose and Condrey, the Southeastern Arm Wrestling Champion, tried to get a handful of hair, Charlie, and Orndorff beat him to the punch. Rose went after him with a chair. The chair came ricocheting back off that top rope and caught Randy a good
Fans, I hope you enjoyed that closing video as much as we all did. There is, however, another of those wooden board finish matches coming up on the new Studcast number 391 on TennesseeStudStreaming.com, due out Wednesday. Our next episode of When Wrestling Was Wrestling will feature videos of the man who was becoming a monster, Masa Saito. Fans, we'll see you next week.